everybody. It's Georgia Rose, and thank you for coming into my soul space, our soul space. This is Zenkuda Soul Space Podcast. I'm here every Monday night on Strong Island Television and also on all my social media at Zenkuda Soul Space and Zenkuda by Georgia Rose. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the place where we learn about ourselves and a little bit more about how to get in touch with our higher self and our own soul space. Tonight, I'm going to talk a little bit astrology. I did a lot of research and a lot of notes for you guys. And we're also going to talk a little bit about your own astrology and do some cards for you guys. So I'm just going to share the show. And if you all would do that too, I would absolutely love you for that. Here we go. Okay. And so I've been thinking a lot about this energy. And I also know from studying with my own teachers that this energy right now is very much closing out the energy that started in December of 2020, which was when we had that, actually January 2020. We had that big conjunction between Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn, and Jupiter was there. And that's when everything started to change. We had the COVID thing come in. All this stuff happened, right? So I want to talk about that tonight. And I also want to talk about this week's astrology because, I don't know, we got some fireworks and stuff coming in for the 4th of July. We may have some fireworks in our own little lives. So want to talk about that first. We'll do this week first, and then I'm going to go back to my own personal journals that I started back in January of 2020 and some of the things that were going on in my own life then and some of the thoughts I had and the intuition I had. Really interesting to go back and see what I was thinking about at that time, and also just what I thought was going to come in and what did come in. Really, really cool stuff. So I'm going to start with the astrology of this week. So this week we actually have a lot of planets retrograde, which are going to stay there for the next few weeks, which means that it feels like energy slows down in a way, but we're also going to see the energy come in and feel like it's moving as well, because we've got Mercury moving very fast through the zodiac right now. Mercury is our minds and our thoughts. So when that happens, it's going to make us feel like things are moving quickly. Yet we're going to feel like it's a lot of repetition, a lot of redos, because as the planets are in retrograde, that's what happens. So think about some things that were happening back in March for you, the beginning of the year. Those things are going to start to replay. Things that started January 2023 are also going to start to replay. It gives us a chance to reconcile and redo when a planet goes through retrograde. So I'm going to keep an eye on the comments today. Who have I got in the soul space? Hi, Pauline. How are you? Marie, Janine, Liz. Have everybody in here. Come on, pile in. I know the energy's been a little slow, even in my other, got to put my sweater on, even in the regular classes that I do for my Earthbound job. I've been noticing that attendance is a little slow. I think this is a week where we kind of regroup. Summer's here. We're getting in our vibe and all that. So things will change with the seasons, right? If you are a Libra or a Taurus energy, you're going to want to really keep an eye on what's going on in your life, because Librans and Taurus are ruled by Venus, and Venus is also going retrograde. So the sun is very active this week, and the sun is our life force. The sun is our vitality. When we have the sun being very active, sometimes we feel almost like our energy is depleted because it's combustible. It seems like our energy is just somehow moving too rapidly, or we can't keep up, almost like running a marathon. Mercury is starting to go into shadow for its next retrograde, so keep an eye on all things mercurial. That'll be more redos and re-ups for us. Neptune is also going to be going retrograde this month, so we're going to feel a little dreamy. This is a really big week for dreams, so pay attention to what comes up in your dreamscape. The things that you dream, you may want to keep a pen and pencil by your bed so that you can write it down, even if you wake up in the middle of the night. I know I usually sleep like a log for 8 hours. I go to bed at 10 o'clock, wake up at 6 every day. And lately I have been finding myself waking up in the middle of the night and getting what I call my downloads. So a lot of things happening in that regard, because Neptune is the planet of our dreams, our fantasies, and our connection with other spiritual realms. So when Neptune is starting to go retrograde and slows down the way it has in Pisces, especially, which is connection, we're going to find that our dream time, our subconscious, our soul space is very heightened and very meaningful. So whatever you're dreaming this week, it's going to have some really significant meaning for you. Also, I want to say that last Sunday, I was saying was going to be like a really big energy. That was the 18th. We had some new moons happening and there was a lot of energy that transitioned. And I said on the broadcast for that week ahead, I said, Sunday's going to be a really intense day. We're going to find some things happening and it's going to set the tone for the week. And boy, did it, because last week was really a week where we had a lot of stuff happening between that Titan submersible, which, a very tragic story. My heart goes out to all those families, to the things that were happening in Russia and things in our own personal life. I was getting a lot of phone calls, a lot of texts. I got to tell you, last week was really a week where we found energy moving, things changing. So really pay attention to the astrology. So this Sunday, the 25th, which was yesterday, we had Mercury squaring Neptune. And Mercury squaring Neptune is an energy of a lot of earth energy came in with that. So this week is a week where we don't have a lot of air in the universe, in the cosmos. It's a lot of water. We've got a lot of planets. The sun just went into Cancer, water signs. Neptune is in Pisces, water. Saturn is in Pisces, more water. So you're going to find that this is an energy where we're emotional all week. A lot of emotions coming into play. You're going to feel the emotions are a little overwhelming at times, and maybe even feel like you need to go into your own space, into introspection, because the emotions start to really get overwhelmed, almost like a tide, like a water, building. So just be aware of that. And also be aware, as this week is going to move kind of quickly, be aware that other people are also feeling emotional, because in that energy, you're going to find that people are going to, really test our patience, and we're going to test other people's patience, because we're not going to handle all the emotions that come forward in us. All right. So just know that. And the energy is moving forward, though. So today we had a Mars square Uranus. That's an energy of health. It's a health aspect. So if you are feeling sick or anything's bothering you, go to the doctor. Don't wing it. This is an energy where you really want to be careful of your health. There's also an energy this week, and it'll start to build as the week progresses, where it's an energy of taking action. You want to you're going to get clarity on a lot of things as this week progresses. You may feel a little bit, clear today, and then tomorrow you might feel a little foggy. Things are going to be up and down, but by the end of this week, you're going to have a lot of clarity, and you're going to want to take action. Think about, as I just said before, that timing that was December 2020, when we had that huge conjunction. We were all going out and looking at the sky. Remember, it was right before COVID. And something happened in our lives for all of us then and during COVID, where we kind of made a promise to ourselves. We had something that we wanted to do that was a dream of ours, or something that we really said, you know what, this is the time. I really need to do this. When things open up again, I'm going to be this person. I'm going to do this thing. That's going to come back into play again in the next week and in the next couple of weeks, because it's going to be an energy where you're going to revisit that with all these planets in retrograde. And you're going to want to take action on that. Maybe you've been recovering from a lot of the trauma of COVID, or maybe these last couple of years you've been kind of not able to get out of your own way with something, or something just hasn't really taken traction. These next few weeks and into the end, towards the end of this year, is when you're really going to start to take action on those things. And the universe wants us to. This is a time, especially Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're going to feel the energy shift. We have a time where Mercury and the sun are together. And when that happens, it's going to create an energy of wanting to move forward and wanting to take care of some of the things that we've only dreamt about for the next couple of years. So just know that when that happens, it's going to be something that's deeply intended for you to do, and it's going to be karmic. These are very, very serious times, and very, very beautiful and magical times. They're also very intense and hard times. Like I said, it's a big dream week. Write down those dreams, because there's going to be messages there about what this is for you. And it's going to be different for all of us. This is about fulfilling a lot of karmic soul imprints, a lot of soul healing, a lot of things that we came here to do in our own individual souls. And they started a lot of it during that time back in, December 2019, January 2020. And then this March, you revisited those. You started thinking, oh, wait, I thought I was going to be doing this. That's all going to come to a head in this next week. Pluto is also going retrograde. We've got Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, all going retrograde. Mercury's going in shadow, going retrograde. So we've got a lot of time to fix whatever we have not fixed. to revisit and redo all those cracks in our driveway, like we talked about last week, all those things that we keep saying we're going to do and we don't do. No, it's going to be emotional, but I really believe we can all handle it. Saturday is that day when Mercury and the Sun meet up. And this is a creative energy. It's an energy of wanting to create and bring our creations into the physical realm, bring our creations into something that takes physical form. Think about your wildest dreams and maybe sketch them or draw them or create them or even dream about them. Saturday is that kind of energy where what we dream can really be manifested. There's something in the chart called the finger of God, and it's a time, Saturday, where you really want to come into what your soul is asking you to do. And Saturday we have the power to really dream it into being. So really important day. If you're a writer, write. If you're an artist, do that. Whatever your dream is that you wanted to accomplish, if it's gardening, if it's, trying to do something on a skateboard, I don't know. Just like Saturday is the day when you can really accomplish that. And then we go into the, kind of really go into that 4th of July weekend. Saturday invites us to explore and challenge ourselves, and whatever we have a zest to do, like that really, living life, that's Saturday. It's for the good life. It's the new vision. It's the focus. It's the Fool card in the tarot, jumping off that cliff. And then July 1st comes, and we're getting ready for that full moon in Capricorn. And then the energy starts to really move forward. And where Jupiter is right prior to this full moon, it's really asking us, how are we going to move forward in our lives? What is it that we really want to do? This is the time now we have to do it. Between now and the end of the year is when we have the last time frame with Pluto going back into Capricorn. There's a full moon in Capricorn. So there's a very Plutonian full moon. There's a full moon that's going to ask of us, how are we moving forward? What is it that we really want to do in our life that up until now we keep putting off and we haven't done? We're going to get a last chance to do it. And when I say last chance, it's because this is the time frame when the universe is really helping us, supporting us, and wanting us to do it. When the energy changes, the universe is going to expect that we already did it. And that's going to be 2024. And when 2024 rolls around, you can either have already accomplished and taken care of what you're supposed to take care of, or you can be stuck and still stuck. And if you're still stuck, I think the universe is really going to challenge you very harshly in 2024, not to hurt you, but to make you finally do something. So do it now while the going's good. All right. That's going to be a lot of emotional energy coming in the 1st and 2nd, right prior to that full moon, which comes in on the 3rd. You've got the 4th of July holiday that I think most people are going to celebrate on Monday because, a lot of people go back to work Wednesday. This is a lot of emotion, but it's also complex because it's emotion that also motivates us and makes us ambitious. It's emotions that bring us power. We all know that our emotions we're most powerful when we're emotional. When we don't have emotion and we're flatlining, we feel like we're dead inside, or we're apathetic, or we're just stuck in a rut, we're not very powerful. But when the emotions come through, that's when we get really powerful. Like some people have to get angry to get going. Some people have to get to the worst part and, really have a hardship to get going, be in adversity. But the emotions are what pull us through. So this weekend is going to be a super emotional weekend, but it's because it wants you to become ambitious about your dream, about what you really know you're supposed to be here for. And then as the week progresses and we go into the 2nd, which is, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, next week, and I'm probably not going to be doing a show, or I may tape a show ahead for Monday. This is about after the 2nd, and we get that full moon coming in. Venus squares Uranus. Venus is the things we love, and Uranus is sudden shocks. So on Sunday going into Monday, something unusual, unexpected is going to happen. Now, the moon is also at the galactic center, which is that beautiful black hole in space, God energy. So this is an emotional processing. This is fiery. It's an energy that wants us to move forward, but it's going to shock us and surprise us. Something, watch the news that day because something's going to happen, but something's also going to push us in our own life. I'm praying that's gentle for all of us. And if we're doing our work, it will be. This could also be a really great windfall of some kind coming to us. But it's going to be surprising. It's definitely going to be surprising. Very emotional and surprising energy. And then we've got this full moon. Now, the full moon that comes in on the 3rd, which is the day before 4th of July, it's a supermoon. A supermoon means it's very close to Earth. It's happening at 11 degrees of Capricorn. So for those of you who have anything at Capricorn or Cancer, it'll oppose anything in Cancer. This is, again, emotions come to a head that day before 4th of July. And that's why I say a lot of fireworks for the 4th. Emotions come to a head. This is regarding Capricorn issues. Capricorn issues, what are they? They're power struggles. They're top-down power, government, structure, control issues. But the full moon is going to bring something to light because it's a super moon, which means it's closer to Earth than normal. I would say if it's a beautiful night and it's clear wherever you are, go out and look at this moon because it's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's going to be really close to Earth, really big and luscious. And Capricorn is an Earth energy. So this is a lot of energy. But we also have a lot of planets in water. So it's an emotional energy. It's using our emotions for power strategically so that we can really accomplish our goals. And that full moon being so close to the Earth and being so bright is really going to bring something to light and give us the power that we need. I would do ritual. I would do a releasing ritual so that you release the old, because this very much brings in the energy of that December of 2020 huge conjunction that happened almost at these degrees. This is also an energy where the old is giving us reality checks. It's releasing, it's ending. Why? Because the universe wants us to rebuild new, better. And so that's what we need the emotion for, to put us in our power and rebuild better. This is, long-term integrity. This is setting us up for the next 20 years. This Sun trine Saturn, which rules Capricorn, this is building the long-term stability of the energy. That's why make your changes. Otherwise, it's going to bring you long-term of the discomfort, the dis-ease. The moon trines Jupiter, which means it's favorable. The moon and Jupiter are talking. Jupiter expands everything. So this is a fabulous energy for building things for our higher consciousness, our higher way of life. And then, Pluto is squaring the nodes. The nodes of the moon are our choices. They're our karmic arc of development. This is old patterns versus new. And I strongly urge everyone to really release, let go, and move away from those old patterns. Don't tie into the way you always talk to your family, the way you always talk to your spouse, what you always do when you're in a conflict or a situation or confronted with something new. Try something new, okay? Something that really resonates with you. This is going to build up to July 18th, when the nodes of the moon move into different signs. They're going to go into Libra and Aries. We'll talk about that when it comes. But remember, there's a very Plutonian full moon in Capricorn on the 3rd. This is Pluto, which is death and rebuilding, death and rebirth. So it's lots of endings happening, but they're good endings. They're things we don't need anyway. So don't try and hold on to them. All right. This full moon jumpstarts and amplifies the energy. Keep aware of your choices. Don't go back into those old patterns. Are you going to be a victim, or are you going to move ahead and make yourself powerful? Because in this energy, a lot of people will fall back into that victim mentality because they're too afraid to move forward. Don't be one of those people. Use this energy to move forward and empower you in co-creation with whatever higher power you believe in. Capricorn gives us ambition, stability to create and let go of the past. And just reading my notes. And we can produce progress, and we can progress joyfully. Your soul knows what to choose. We all know that. Our soul knows what to choose. So make sure that you choose carefully. All right. Choose. You can choose to feel bad or uncomfortable and stay in the old patterns and fight things that are not going to change unless you change them. Or you can go into your divine energy and the energy of empowering yourself. All right. So I would suggest for this full moon, do ceremony, do releasing ceremony, throw things into a fire, have a fire outside, write a letter to something that you can't seem to let go of and release it. But surrender to the divine. Open to, that surrender of that the universe really has our back. Trust that the universe knows what it's doing, knows what it's taking away, knows what it's giving you, wants you to be in your full performance, full potential. And allow the universe to lead you to higher ground, to higher journey. You have to trust that because we're going to undergo a lot of changes. Um, and that's really what I want to say. There's a very vibrant, colorful energy for creativity. So if you allow yourself to do that, it's also an energy, around the third and fourth where, a sudden relationship may come into your life. If that happens, let it flow. Don't assign a story to it because chances are it is temporary. Okay, so what have I got in my comments? A lot of connecting, that's for sure, Elaine. And this energy with Saturn and Neptune going retrograde in Pisces, a lot of connecting. Also, I was going to say this full moon, especially the third, huge psychic energy. I'm going to have some people over to my house Sunday and do a light a fire in the backyard and just, kind of hang out and maybe bring out my telescope and have a couple of drinks with people and relax and chill and allow the universe to really fully support me and hold space and start that new moon cycle, full moon cycle, and joyfully. I suggest doing that. This will be a little bit of a heavy, a little bit of emotional full moon. You really want to make sure that you are using the energy to move yourself forward. Hey everyone, Colleen's on, Sarah. I have King Kenny on, Anita's watching. I'm going to pull cards for you guys. And what I thought would be kind of fun is I knew it was going to be like kind of a quiet night because everything's just very quiet lately. I think a lot of us are in transition week where, kids who aren't out of school aren't in camp yet. And a lot of people take vacation this week. So I thought it would be really fun to go back into some of the things that I wrote back in, and this is my own personal journal, so I'm sharing during that time frame and really what the astrology kind of meant to me back in that time when we had that huge conjunction, right? Oops. So I started to write about that big conjunction that was happening in January 2020. I started to write about it in November of 2019 because I was already kind of getting the download and the energy of it. And these are some of the things that I wrote. November 2019, astrologically, transits have been causing energy to transmute within us and playing out on the world stage. Effectively, they're affecting our soul contracts and urging us to reclaim sovereignty over ourselves. We're stepping into new levels of power that our soul is transmitting to us, unfolding in a rare manner. Soul contracts, soul wisdom, soul stories, being deconstructed over multiple timelines. Like a 3-lane highway. The left is the past, the middle is the present, and the right is the future, all playing out parallel at different levels of consciousness. This was in November of 2019 I wrote this. And I can tell you that most of my light worker friends and those of you out there are really feeling that this is absolutely what has been happening. And this is before it even really started to take hold. I could feel it. Activating deeper cellular level consciousness that has been dormant and is related to the frequency of our souls. Many through a deeper level of programming on a cellular level, learning new and letting go of other energy in a soul level across multiple timelines all at once, many lanes and levels of energy. Trust what you are feeling and sensing. There are big, important energies that we are accessing. There are multiple stories across many timelines. We need deeper understanding of what we are personally processing, learning, and shedding. This understanding is found within our soul, guided by the astrological transits, igniting much of the energy for us. This tremendous historical, unique astrological transits occurring since November of 2019 are different in each chart, but give clues and keys to what your lifetime is now learning and where you need to pay attention to awaken and accelerate in your own soul journey. This awakening is happening in the world as the movement towards enlightenment and spirituality has grown among us. We now have the ability to allow in more light and consciousness, dismantle things that put ourselves and that in a place we no longer need to align with, and we're ready to take on a higher vibration, things to expand and align and ascend to higher levels, mental, physical, soul consciousness. There will be big deconstructings, real constructings, and intense soul experiences about to come. lots of activation of soul energy lasting for the next 3 years on a cellular level. That's what I wrote in November of 2019. So we're in it. We're in it in the final stages of this now. So whatever you've been putting off these last 3 years, get it done now. You want to really go into your own quiet time, your own soul spaces. Think about what you really want your life to be. And kind of what I've been realizing for the last year and the work I've been doing is really going in and understanding and navigating where I'm copping out. Like, where am I making excuses? Where am I blaming things on other people? Where am I saying, "Oh, I can't do that. I can't have that. I'm not going to be able to do that." Where am I doing that because someone somewhere programmed me that way? That's really not what my soul thinks. It's what I've been programmed to think. So, just kind of think about that. And when you're in your meditation, when you're walking, when you're in yoga, when you're just in your quiet moments, drinking your morning coffee, just think about, like, what do you really want, and what's the excuse you're telling yourself? Because it's what we've been programmed, and that what I just read is all about deconstructing those programs, deconstructing those structures so that we can really step into what we're meant to be. So I'm going to go to cards, and Capricorn, you have been going under the most transformation, Janine, and Colleen also. Very emotional and exhausted this past week. Yeah, I was going to say, the emotions that we're going to be feeling are going to be a little draining. And it's so funny because and I've been kind of like casually doing a study about this, whenever we have a lot of planets retrograde, I always notice we have like rain, rain, rain for like days. And I know it's not raining everywhere on the planet, but we have a lot of planets in water right now. And we have had some of the rainiest weekends in the last few weekends and rainiest weeks over here where I live. And it always seems to happen that way. If the solstice or the season starts with a lot of planets in fire, then we get a really hot season. If it starts in earth, then we get a lot of like shakeups and volcanoes and earthquakes. If it starts in air, it's very refreshing and cool. But if it starts with a lot of signs in water, we always have a rainy season. So I think it's going to be a rainy summer. But I also think it's going to be a summer of great healing. So I'm going to start to pick cards. And Liz says lots of rain in Florida too. Okay, so I'm going to start picking cards for you guys because I know I didn't get to that last week. Okay, I'm going to start with Pauline. I'm going to pick a card for you. All right. Pauline, I feel a lot of male energy around you this week. So take that with you. All right. Queen of Pentacles. I say I feel a lot of male energy around you, and all of a sudden I get a female, right? Okay, so I have to say I like these cards for you, Pauline. Queen of Pentacles is somebody, sitting on the throne. Pentacles, of course, are coin coming to you. So if you've been doing any kind of investing or waiting for money to come in or playing lotto, or if you've been, waiting for a check in the mail or anything like that, I believe that may come because look how she's just holding those pentacles in her hand. If you look at this card, she's just like got the coin right in her palm. It's really pretty cool. And then the next card, and the reason why I'm saying that is because the next card is showing me, I'm going to put these for the camera. The next card is showing me the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card of recognition. It's a card of, like, you can see there's a wreath of laurels around the gentleman's head. That is a card of actually finding recognition and gaining laurels, gaining recognition from a battle won or some hard work being paid off. And I'm going to pick one more card for you and then a soul card because they're telling me this will confirm the reading. King of Wands. Yeah, so you're being treated like royalty. You're going to be, kind of recognized for something that you've been really working hard on, Pauline. So there's some beautiful recognition and reward that comes to you. And I almost feel like this is parental, like this is, maybe if they've passed, mom and dad on the other side orchestrating something for you. I'm going to pick a soul card to confirm these cards for you, but I definitely feel you have something, and it feels emotional to me. It feels like you've been waiting for this for a long time. Something starts to really pay off for you. So just take that with you because I feel it's a nice energy, but I also can feel the angst, the dis-ease that you've had that is coming forward, waiting for this to happen. So I feel your pain, but I think something really good is going to come. Yeah, because look at what I pulled for your soul card. All beautiful light around your head. So this is a joyful time in your life. Something is coming forward for you. And there's a quote in my own book here that I wrote that they're telling me to find to tell you because those are their words. I'm not going to be able to find it. I don't want to, wait on camera, but this is a good time for you. So whatever that something is that comes through for you, that it's something you've been waiting for a long time. So just take that with you and know that your soul is about to find something really satisfying for it. Okay. And next person I'm going to pull a card for is somebody just wrote in the comments, sorry, I'm late. No, you can watch the replay. Marie Laverme, this is for you. Good Monday evening for you too. I'm going to pull up some hearts. Whoops. I just moved my screen. Pull up some hearts. Okay, so let's see what I got here for Marie. Marie, you're looking out onto the world. Queen of Wands is a fire sign female, and I have some heartbreak here. So I feel like you're looking out at the world, but you're not seeing the future. I feel like you might be seeing the past. Some heartbreak that you've had, maybe a loss, female loss. I feel like that may be a mother or a mother-like energy on the other side, dwelling a little bit on that grief. But yet I feel like there's some really great stuff coming to you in the future. So I want to almost like, yeah, definitely a mom type energy, nostalgic. And again, got the man looking out at the future. Strong, strong message for you that you're looking to, like almost like the glass is half empty for you, and we need to get you into the glass is half full. And I feel like you're normally a pretty positive person, but you've had a loss that's knocking you back, that's making you feel like you're really, thinking too much about the loss instead of there's always treasure in whatever happens in our life. And the reason for everything is always healing. So what I'm going to say is, yeah, you're really trying to battle this very heavy energy. And I feel like it's almost like you need air, like you're suffocating yourself with this energy that's very heavy and this heartbreak. I'm looking for something because they're showing me. Yeah, this is an energy that's like kind of something that's really kind of been stuck within you for a while. This is deep. I would suggest to you, if you have someone that you can trust or someone if not, I can give you a referral. I would do some kind of a Reiki kind of process or something to move energy because I'm really getting this strong energy of grief. I feel like it's coming from a mom or a mom-like energy on the other side. And it's like, especially in the solar plexus, but there's so much love and vitality and new energy that wants to come in for you and that is already there for you. You're just not seeing it. So take that with you. I think you need some kind of clearing. You may be able to do it yourself if you allow yourself to go into some joy. Very important for you to find some kind of joy every day. All right, Marie, take that with you because I really do feel, I'm really feeling that there is so much on the other side of this heaviness, this sadness for you. When you look out at the world, try to look past this time because it'll be temporary for you. All right. Okay. Next card that I'm going to take is going to be Janine. I'm going to take a card for Janine and then I'll do Liz. So Janine. Okay, Janine. Cutting the deck. The reason why I'm just kind of contemplating, I'm quiet now is because Gina, I feel like your mom's coming in and I pulled the strength card. Yeah, your mom is coming in. The message she gave me very clearly was, stop telling yourself you can't do it. I'm not sure what she's referring to, but your mother is telling you you can do it. She is coming in almost with like an energy that was not familiar to you when she was here. It's almost like she wasn't a champion for you. She wasn't super, super like the kind of mom that would like spur you on or cheer you on. And she's coming in from the other side, like cheering you on, saying you can do it. And as I got that from her, the strength card came in, the number 8, the lion, the strength card. And almost as though she's telling me like she was sometimes harsh, and like she realizes now she should have been supportive in a different way, but that you knew she always loved you, and that she knows you love her. But I'm getting very, very strongly that your mom is telling you you're a lot stronger than you think you are, and that the strength is something that's quiet. I talk a lot on the show about the word quietude, and there's a strength that not like you have to fight people or stand up in an outward external way for yourself, but just like something within you. She's showing me that you've got the power within you to really do something that you really want to do. And look at this. 10 of Pentacles came out, which is all coin and all success. And this is an energy of, if you look at this, it's the person in the garden with the mother figure, and all the success and golden energy and coins and everything around, and just a happy, happy card. So whatever you've been striving to accomplish, it's within your reach. The trick is the only thing that's missing is believing in yourself. And I'm going to leave that right there because that's a perfect reading and just came to me so psychically as the thought came in, pulling that strength card and pulling that abundance card. So believe in yourself. Mom is coming through from the other side saying that you can do it. You can do it. Something she feels she didn't say enough in life. All right. Next is I'm going to do Liz. Okay. Liz, your dad's coming. Well, it really is a psychic week. I'm telling you, because they're coming through. Liz, your dad's coming through, and he's coming through and telling you. I usually don't. It's funny because this is very cliche to say, but I don't usually get this. But he's coming through just to tell you he's okay. Like if you had any doubt if he was okay on the other side, he's coming through to say okay, and he's telling me that he gives you signs. And this is going to sound really funny, but I feel like he gives you signs when you're shopping. Like, I don't know why he's showing me that, but he's showing me that like things that happen when you're shopping are your dad. So I don't know. He's showing me, this is so weird, but I just got to say it because it's what's coming in. He's showing me some kind of bread. So I don't know why that is. Maybe just for a confirmation that he's really coming through, but actually like bread you would buy in the store. Okay. The Lover's card just came up, and what I'm getting from this, and this is also on my tarot tip of the week, if you go to Tarot Tuesday on my Zakuta channel, that'll be up by the end of the evening. When you read tarot, you want to read psychically, not just what the literal and classic meanings are. And the Lover's card right now is coming in for me in relation to the energy I have on the other side, dad energy coming through. What he's telling me this card means is that in his lifetime, he feels like the relationship, you, mom, dad, was a lot of interference. Like between you and your father, there was a lot of interference, maybe with mom. I don't know what the dynamic was, but he's showing me that, and he wants to come in from the other side with no interference to show you how much he truly loves you, and that he's with you in your corner, and he's always supporting you from the other side, and how much love he has. And that's why he was showing me this Lover's card. The Lover's card classically in the tarot is a card of interference in a relationship. And he's coming through to show me that even though there was interference in his relationship with you on earth, that there is no interference now, and you have a direct line to him, and that he will communicate with you, and you him, and back and forth. I'm being told to pick one more card, and I got the Hangman, which is the Libra card. So I don't know if one of your mom or dad was a Libra, but that is confirmation for me, because I feel almost like their relationship had static in between it, and you got dragged into static, and you had like this relationship with your dad, which could have been even better if there wasn't all that static. And he's coming through to say that he loves you very clearly now, with no static involved and nothing in between. And bring in the Hangman, the Libra card, to show you the balance of that, and the love and beauty of that. All right. Wow. Wasn't expecting that tonight, Liz, but take that with you, because really, really, really beautiful reading. And just, when you going to sleep tonight, just, say some stuff to your dad, because I know you can connect too. So take that with you. That was a beautiful reading. Who is next? I'm going to pull a card for Colleen. Okay. A lot of connecting, boy. I don't know. And it's so funny. I can tell you guys now because it went away, but for the whole 10 minutes of I drank a bottle of water really fast on the way to the studio tonight, and for the whole 10 minutes when I sat down to do this podcast, I had the biggest gas pain in my right side, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I hope I I hope I don't have a heart attack on air." I gotta watch the video back to see if I, like, looked like I was in pain or what, but I had, like, this biggest pain, and I'm like, "Oh my god, what's happening to me? What's happening to me?" But I faked it till I maked it. All right, so this is for Colleen. See, so you never know what's going on. Maybe I'm too transparent, should have told you guys that. Okay, so this is for Colleen. Colleen. Oh, again, we got the guy looking out at the world. That's very indicative of this full moon energy that's coming in for us because it really wants us to look in the future and do our future. Like, the best way, that's a saying always goes, the best way to create the best way to predict the future is create it. So create your future, people. All right. This Two of Wands looking at the world. You got this little globe, the whole world in your hands, Colleen. And then I've got the Queen of Wands energy upside down. I feel like this is you. I feel like you're blocking all this beautiful energy that can come into you. I think that's the theme this week. Spirit, the universe wants us to kind of sit in our stuff and let go and sweep the porch clean and bring new life to things. And I'm really seeing this. Yeah, you've got one more hurdle. Colleen, there's one more thing that you really just have to kind of like move out of the way so you have a clear path. And that's what I'm getting because I'm getting these cards here. First one I picked was this beautiful card, the Two of Wands, which is an action card. It shows the man having the whole world in his hands and being able to look out in the future and create his future, co-creation with God. Then I've got this Queen of Wands in reverse, which means that the queen is functioning in detriment. She's not right side up. She's upside down. The energy's a little wacky. So she needs to get herself set right. And then I've got this Seven of Wands, which is a card of action. And if you look at the wands very carefully, they have all new growth on all of these rods or staffs, which means new beginnings, but you're not there yet. You have one more hurdle to get out of the way so that all of this new beginning on these beautiful wands or staffs or limbs can come through for you. So Colleen, do the work. Get rid of what doesn't serve you any longer because there's some beautiful things waiting there on the other side. Okay, next one is, I'm looking. We don't have a lot of people on tonight, and that's okay. Oh, Elaine, right? Elaine's on, I think. That's who I've got. Okay, Elaine. Numbers? Oh, okay. Liz says numbers. She sees, I guess, when she's getting from her dad. Okay. Was your dad a Libra or was your mom a Libra or something? Because that Libra card came up so clear. Okay, this is for Elaine Risotto, who also is a tarot reader. Elaine is the one I go to for readings because I can't read myself because my cute little ego wants what it wants, right? Okay, you guys saw me shuffle the cards and the same guy came out. So this is our universal card for the week, I guess, right? I think it may have come out on Tarot Tuesdays. I got to watch the video back. So this is for Elaine. And again, we've got the Two of Wands, this guy looking out, got the whole world in his hands, looking out the future, all this light. We've got emotion in this card too, because we've got water down here. I know this card is going to mean something for Elaine in her own interpretation as well. He's wearing red, which is also a sign of, some people say this is like a cardinal energy, initiating things. So this shows us that we have the power to create whatever we want to create in our lives. We just have to believe in ourselves. Next card I'm going to pick is going to be Queen of Wands again. I'm shuffling this deck, Elaine, and I know I'm not supposed to do that in the middle of a read, but these cards just, come on. Keep getting the same cards. We got the Sleepless Night card, and I got the Three of Pentacles, which is the worshiping in the church. The guy, doing a sermon in the church. It's also a celebratory card, threes. So how am I interpreting this reading? So first I've got the Two of Wands, two, also very dualistic energy. We're in retrogrades now. So that's when we repeat, redo. Everything's two, a lot of duality. So, especially if you're looking to do a project or move something along, you may have some frustration with that, Elaine. But I really do feel like the energy with this card shows us we have the power to move everything forward. Some sleepless nights here. I think you're second guessing yourself. I think that you have the power to do what this card portrays, but you're kind of giving yourself the business. You're like, can I do it? Can I do it? Am I going to do this right? Am I going to do that? Should I do this now? Should I do this after? Don't second guess yourself because this threes are very, very auspicious for me. Whenever I see a three in a reading, it means that, things are going to move forward. It's a teacher card. You've got the gentleman doing the sermon in the cathedral here. This is a card where if you are putting blockages into your own spiritual work, and I'm reading the story it's telling me here, or not relying on the universe enough and allowing spirit, surrendering to spirit to direct you. You're too much in the three-dimensional trying to get direction there. Pull out, because that's what's giving you the sleepless night, is too entrenched in that material world. You've got to go back to what you do best, and that's giving the sermon, giving the light, showing what something is, preaching, honey, preach. So if you've been slowing up on your own connecting or not doing connections with other people, other readings, do it. Don't slow down on that, because the universe is showing that you got to step more into your spiritual. All right. So let me see. I'm going to read some of the comments. Yep. So true. Yeah, Janine and Liz really did get beautiful messages. Yeah, I'd say go forward. I think the theme for tonight, if I had to really talk about everything that Spirit was showing us through these readings, the theme for the night seemed to be moving forward and getting what I said in the beginning, the choices. Let your soul choose. Let your soul choose, and know that you are fully supported by a wise and loving universe. Um, you know, when we choose to stay in the dis-ease, we're choosing to not move forward in our lives. That's what we have to stop. We really have to stop that. We need to be determined to live independently of the outside world sometimes, because sometimes the outside world, like I said when I did the show 2 weeks ago about family karma, you can watch that show back. It's on the Zen Kuda YouTube channel. Sometimes we have to take a pause from things in order to get our power together to really be able to go forward. And so if you need to do that, do it. Sometimes we need to pause from friends or situations at work and just go in and put our head down and do our work. Because when we're able to do that and take that pause, we step out of the dis-ease, and then we're able to really follow our own soul journey to where we're really meant to go. So the question is, reprogramming ourselves. How can we create the life that we really want? And how can we use these days and the time between now and the end of the year with Pluto in Capricorn, with Saturn in Pisces, which is giving us the connection we need to really, really move ourselves forward? So, Liz is going to call me. Elaine's going to call me good, because I need to call you too, Elaine. You've been on my mind. Okay. Oh, wait, I have Cheryl on here too. I didn't see you, Cheryl. I'm going to give you a card. Almost forgot Cheryl. And I have to tell you guys, I should have brought it. Cheryl gave me a gift this week, because I saw her in my Earthbound life, where I do mindfulness classes sometimes and motivation. She's one of my beautiful agents at Signature Real Estate. She gave me the most beautiful gift this week. It was a scarf that was all the planets and the zodiac, and it was so beautiful. And I actually wear it when I meditate now, because I just feel like it connects me to my cosmos. And so thank you, Cheryl, for that. So I got to pick cards for her before we run out of time. So kudos to Cheryl. Again, I can't believe I get the card with a guy looking out. You guys see me shuffle. And we've got the 9 of Pentacles. So Cheryl, I think these two cards together, even though one is reversed and one isn't, I'm going to put them camera-wise for you. So Cheryl, first I've got the gentleman looking out, the 3 of Wands. And again, I said 3s are very auspicious for me. So this is someone who can dream the impossible dream, co-create with whatever higher power, because you've got this beautiful card, which is the 9 of Pentacles. And Pentacles, of course, are wealth, abundance. And the 9 of Pentacles, 9s are completion, and all this golden light around you. This is like the future is bright. I know it's cliche, but this is a card where the future is not only bright, but going to bring you abundance, pentacles, coin, abundance in spirit as well. Look at all the light in these two cards and the golden light. I'm going to pull a third card to confirm. Yeah, see, now I got the 5 of Wands, which is a card of competition. This is in the past. The beginning of the show, my monologue, I was talking about how we have to choose if we're going to stay in the past or move forward. This is about lately you've been choosing different ways to do things. And so don't follow the same patterns that you always have. Change and keep changing like you've been doing, because these are the golden cards. So your future's golden. You got the golden ticket as long as you keep doing new ways and new perspectives. So thank you so much for that. And let me look on my My thing. Anita, I didn't see you. I'm sorry. I'm going to pull 2 cards for Anita. I got 3 minutes. You guys know where you can find me. Zancuda Official on Instagram. My YouTube channel, Zancuda, where Tarot Tuesday is going to be on tonight. You saw me shuffle. I'm getting the same cards. What the hell tonight? Same 3 cards I got before. So Anita, again, theme of the week, look out at the future and see good things, because you too have this beautiful 9 of Pentacles coming your way. So abundance is coming into your life. You've got one more hurdle. All right. Do things in a new way. If the old way isn't working for you, change it up, because the universe wants you to look out and see all the beautiful blessings that are coming to you. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I will be here next Monday night at 7, either pre-taped or live, not sure yet, for the holiday weekend. And you can always find me on my all my social media at Zancuda Soul Space, Zancuda Official on Instagram, and on my website. If you want a private reading or astrology chart reading, go on zancuda.com under services and you can book your reading with me. Thanks so much, everybody. I'll see you next Monday night at 7 o'clock.